Okay. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanye Juda Soge Dani Yazo She Dage Jinso Gebe Sonam Ge Chola Benjere Sanye Chubara Sho Sanye Juda Soge Chonam La Chanju Pardo Dani Yapsuch Dage Jinso Gebe Sonam Ge Chola Benjere Sanye Chubara Sho Sanye Joda Zoge Chonam La Chanju Pardo Dane Gyapsuch Dage Jinso Gebe Sonam Ge Chola Benjir Sanye Chubara Sho Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Te Sham Datha Gato Yavatat Desham Chayo Nirodha Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Yavatat Desham Chayo Nirodha Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Te Gato Yavatat Desham Chayo Nirota Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata, the cessation causes as well as taught by the great seer. Okay, this morning we were talking about the talking subjectivity as opposed to substantial realities, subjectivity as opposed to autonomous substantial reality, number 2, and number 3 is subjective as opposed to externality, and then subjective as opposed to true existence while not rejecting objective existence, and finally subjective as opposed to objective / inherent / intrinsic / self-characterized nature. Very good. Okay, now we are on the third. Subjective is as opposed to the externality, and we will do number 3, and for the time being, let's say number 4 and 5 together. This will not together, but we will combine together for the time being. This will not together. Number 4 and 5. So let me make distinction between number 3, subjectivity, as opposed to externality. Okay, where did you come from? Now is 11:34. Where were you at 11 o'clock? Where were you at 11 o'clock? This room right there. Okay. And the Yoginder, where were you?
I went to the shop.
Shop. You should be in the group discussion. Should the shop is outside this hall or inside this hall?
Across the. Oh, yeah.
That's not my question. My question is, shop is inside this hall or outside the hall? Outside the hall. So which means he came from outside. Yes? Hey, what happened?
Yes.
Hey, the girl there and the Jigmela behind Jigmela. Your name? Dinley, yes. Dinley, where were you at 11 o'clock? Upstairs. Not in this hall. Not in the hall. So outside this hall. So you came from outside the hall. How many came from outside the hall? So 1 year ago you were outside this hall and you came here. How many raise hands? So you came from outside to inside. You're getting it? So outside is externality. Outside is externality. And whereas the Buddha taught at one point that there's no externality, there's no outside. You do not come from outside. You're getting it? You thought you came from outside, and Yogendra thought that shop was outside. Actually, the Buddha taught that there's nothing outside inside. It's all inside. You're getting it? Okay, so subjective as opposed to external. You're getting it? Subjective as opposed to externality, meaning external. There's no external, purely subjective. So this is number 3. Then number 4 and number 5 is subjective as opposed to true existence and objective existence. So let me say these two look very similar because of this, that many people think that Cittamatra philosophy and Madhyamaka philosophy, particularly Prasanga Madhyamaka philosophy, these two are same. These two are not same. Why they're confused? They're confused for the reason that both talk about subjectivity. Both said that nothing exists beyond the subjectivity. So there's a difference in the subjectivity, how Cittamatra explains and how Madhyamaka explains. For Cittamatra, what is subjective? Subjective as opposed to externality. Say it again. For Cittamatra, subjective is opposed to externality. Chitta meaning, Cittamatra meaning mind only. There's no external, it's only mind. So this is how they understand subjective. But the Madhyamikas, particularly Prasanga Madhyamika, would not say there is mind only. There is external. Madhyamika would say, particularly Prasanga Madhyamika would say there is external, that's internal. But still things are purely subjective. You're getting it? And the particularly Prasanga Madhyamika one who can precisely explain the emptiness of subjectivity as opposed to objective existence. Who said it? Who can say this very precisely? Only Prasangika Madhyamaka. You're getting it? So only if you understand this, then your tears will stop. Only when you understand this, only then the tears will stop. Till that point, so no matter which level you understand emptiness of subjective as opposed to substantiality, subjective as opposed to autonomous substantial reality, subjective as opposed to the externality, subjective as opposed to true existence, well, no matter what you understand, your tears will never stop. So to stop the tears, you have to understand the 5th one. But to understand the 5th one, you have to understand the earlier ones. If you for example, say, if you really want to become the Nobel or in the literature like the Shakespearean English, you have to learn A, B, C, D, E, F. You're getting it? Oh no, I want to become like Shakespeare in English. I don't learn A, B, C. These are very basic. I don't learn. You will never become. Your English will never pick up to the Shakespearean English. You're getting it? So you have to have the earlier knowledge. So some people, they say that, oh, finally we have understood Prasangika. Why do you have to learn Cittamatra? People ask this is where we are very impatient and we want the result. We don't want to have the causes. So we have to understand all these systems. Now let me distinguish between number 3 and number 4, 5 club together versus number 3. So both explain subjectivity. You're getting it? Both say subjective. And for Cittamatra, subjective as opposed to externality. And for Madhyamaka, subjective as opposed to, particularly Prasangika, subjective as opposed to objective existence, inherent, intrinsic, and self-characterized nature. Thank you. Okay, so now let us say that let me give you a metaphor. For Cittamatra, the example that I give is the mirror and the reflection in the mirror. Mirror and the reflection mirror. Okay. How many of you have seen mirror? How many of you used mirror this morning? Raise hands. All of us. We all used the mirror this morning. So the mirror, and on the mirror, you are seeing your face or you are seeing the reflection of face? Reflection. You see reflection of the face. You don't see your face. You don't see your face on the mirror because the mirror doesn't have a face. Mirror has only the reflection of the face. So they say the reflection of the face, is it outside the mirror or inside the mirror? Outside the mirror, inside the mirror. Okay. How many you in your life, how many you have banged against the mirror? Raise hands. How many banged against the mirror? Raise hands. Okay. Gentleman over there, your name? Yes. Vlad. Okay, Vlad, tell me, why did you bang against the mirror?
It was incidentally.
By accident.
By accident. Okay, by accident. Gentleman over there?
He dropped the mirror, so it's.
Huh?
He dropped the mirror.
He dropped the mirror. No, you didn't meet with the mirror, right? So why do you bang against the mirror? Anyone? Raise hands. Perry?
You know, in Europe we have this mirror house. So in the attraction parks, we have kind of little
Mirror house.
mirrors. And when you go around, it's really confusing. And if you're not careful, you will bang into a mirror.
Why do you bang against the mirror? Why?
Because you don't see the mirror.
Or you thought there's something behind this.
Or you see the...
Yes, you see something behind this. You get it? So you are seeing the reflection, but the reflection is seen as behind the mirror. Is the reflection within the mirror or behind the mirror? Reflection is on the mirror. It's not outside the mirror. You getting it? It's not behind. It's not outside the mirror. But you see it as outside the mirror, and then you bang against the mirror. You thought that there is a space there. You can go. There's no space. Okay. So you see that what is actually the mirror and the reflection mirror, are these two same or these two are different entities, separate entities, two things separate? Oh, this is a reflection, you take it out. This is the mirror. Can you do that?
No.
Can you remove the reflection?
No.
Huh?
There's no light. There's no lighthouse out here.
So can you remove the reflection? Okay, I put it like, hey, Candela, reflection of the mango in the mirror, take it out and put it in pocket. Can you do that? Can you do that? Okay, right. Okay, so we cannot do that. So which means that the reflection in the mirror and the mirror, these two are the same nature. But these two are not one. Mirror is very steady and the reflection can change very fast. Light is gone, the reflection is gone. But the mirror is there. You getting it? Mirror and the reflection mirror, these two are the same nature. You cannot see these two are two distinct things, same nature, but these two are not identically one. Mirror is stable, steady, and reflection can change very often. You getting it? Okay, so these two are same nature. Your mind is like the mirror, and anything that you are seeing, they are like reflections in your mind. You getting it? And we see how can that be reflection? Look at that prayer flag pole, and the pole there outside. There's also reflection in your. This is illusion that we are seeing, that there's external there. It's an illusion. You're getting it? It's an illusion. It's actually a reflection of your own mind. So just in the dreaming mind and dreaming the prayer flag outside the hall. You wake up, you say that it was just my mind. You're getting it? So that is the reflection, like, so everything is like the reflection in the mirror. Your mind is like the mirror, and everything that you're seeing, they are like the reflection in the mirror. You getting it? Okay, and then somebody may ask that, but we're seeing the outside there, and this is all like illusion. You will say the same thing in the dream also. In the dream, if somebody says, everything is a reflection of mind, you will say, no, I'm seeing the outside. You wake up and then you realize there's no outside. It is your mental creation. You're getting it? So where is there a space gap between the mirror and the reflection? Is there a space gap between the mirror and the reflection? Space gap? There's no space gap. Therefore, if there's a space gap, we call it externality. If there's space gap, we call it externality. And the mirror and the reflection mirror, there's no space gap. So therefore, Cittamatra says that there's no space gap, there is no externality. Everything is the nature of one's own mind. Don't say everything is mind. Everything is the nature of one's mind. Okay, this is Cittamatra. Now Madhyamakas, I club the two together. Number 4 and number 5, I club them two together. Madhyamaka, they say that everything is subjective, but they do say that externality is there. External reality is there. Madhyamaka would say, particularly Prasanga Madhyamaka would say that externality is there, but still everything is subjective. So how do they explain this? Okay, is there anyone who likes to explain this? Everything is subjective according to Prasanga Madhyamaka, particularly Prasanga Madhyamaka, but everything is subjective, but there still exists externality. Is there anybody who can explain this? Okay, yes. Elena.
It's like a tiger in my dream. It's really exists, but in my dream it's subjective.
Say it again.
It's like a tiger in my
A dream tiger in your dream. Don't say tiger in the dream. Tiger never is in the dream. A dream tiger in your dream.
dream. Tiger in my dream.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a little confused. Okay, it's really
If you're confused, you're growing. That's amazing.
it really exists, yes, but in my dream it's subjective.
Yes. So what Elena is saying, Elaine.
Elena.
So Elena is saying that dream tiger is seen as real outside there, but actually it's not.
But in
My question is that how can you explain the external? There is external reality there, but even that externality is also subjective. How do you explain this? But the dream tiger, you wake up, it's not external. Anyone? Okay, your name.
My name Roman.
Raman, yes, Raman.
Марина переведет? Да. Ведь можно привести аналогию с экраном и проектором, который проецирует на этот экран изображение.
You can have an example on the screen and a projection on the screen.
Наш ум является проектором, который проецирует изображение, и мы его видим как реальность.
Our mind is a projector which projects onto the screen and we see every picture as real.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay, Nubala.
In sociology, we believe that this class division all is social construct. Many thinkers believe that it's a social construct. It exists externally, but when we go when we subjectively see, I don't think it's social construct. It's all mind.
Okay, this what Nubala is saying is amazing. At the same time, to understand this requires more studies. More studies. You may, if you understand emptiness, so what Nubala is saying will make total sense. Even if you don't understand emptiness, still you can get some understanding. What Nubala is saying is very profound. So, for example, like social constructs, it's just a human construction. Like, there's, for example, let's say. Okay, let's say that the Gala party, Gela party. Some say Gala, some say Gela, right? It is conventionally seen as a very high level party, picnic. It's not picnic, it's a party. in honor of anything. For the year, say people not allow you to come in. So ideally speaking, in some of them, you need to have a bow tie, not the regular tie. You're getting it? Regular tie is very informal. Usually we say regular tie is formal. But there, it should be extremely, extremely formal bow tie. Whereas that tradition, I appreciate it because that if somebody comes in your own native dress, that is respected. You don't require bow tie. Whereas if you come in a Buddhist suit, you have to have bow tie. So what is bow tie? Why is that so special? There's nothing special about it. It's just a social construct. Bow tie is simple social construct. If you check the original bow tie, how? There's nothing good there. It's just to maybe clean your face. And then they don't want to, keep it in the hands all the time. So keep it on the neck. And then it becomes the design and the bow tie and formal, right? And the man with the handkerchief here, little out. Why out? Put it inside. If you put it out, so inside this is you have no dress code. You have no dress code, right? Right? You have no code, the dress sense. Little out. Why little out? Dust will come. Better put it in, tuck in, so that no dust. This is all purely why. Once upon a time, people need to clean their face, sweating, so they need a handkerchief and put it there. And gradually, it was put up as somebody, the so-called as high class, put it out. If you put it out, now if you don't put it out, you don't have a dress code. It was sense. So this is purely social construct. There's nothing really there from the object, and yet it's externally there. Okay, these are something, if you can break through, you'll become very confident in life. And because many people suffer because of they're trapped in these social constructs. Because being trapped in social constructs. Oh, he's doing good, he's not doing good, she's doing good, she's not doing good, she's not successful, he's not successful. What's the problem? As you have your stomach is taken care of, as you've been kind, nice, that's good enough. Why big thing, that thing, this part, what? It's just pure social construct, and you are trapped in the social construct. If you know, but people don't see that as a social construct. People don't see that as a social construct. Usually, okay, no offense, say Tibet House. Tibet House staff, the boys, when they come with the earrings, I say that, hey, you are at Tibet House, you are not my personal assistant, or you're not my personal friend. As a boy, remove the earrings. I say this. Is it because that I see this very bad? No, I don't see it bad. Because in some cultures, the boys have to have this, earrings. My father, I remember when he was in his 30s, 40s, I remember that in the culture that the boys have the earrings. What's wrong? This is a culture. If you don't have it, it's incomplete, it's wrong. But the convention, where I am in Delhi, in this place, Tibet House, in the first place, it is with His Holiness's name. And then the people who come, if people who come, they see the boys with the earrings, right? They really appreciate it. Wow, that looks amazing, elegant. I also like to have. Then all the boys have it. You must put it on. But the people who come to us, generally speaking, they turn to spirituality. They have some mental, and then they expect what they call as perfection, conventional perfection, and there. So for me personally, whether you have earrings, no earrings, it's same. Whatever makes you happy, do it. There's no problem. Why? If the girls put the earrings, there's no issue. Or the boys, what's this issue? This is purely social construct. You're getting it? But why I'm particular with this is because that people who come to Tibet House, as an individual person, that's a different story. I'll tell them very openly. For you put an earring, no earring, there's no difference. For me personally, there's no difference. But as a society, there's a society, not even all societies. My father's generation society, earrings, this is an ornament for them. It's a different story. So what I'm saying is that it's a purely human constructs. And when you see that these are purely human constructs, you will feel so much liberated. You're getting it? Then you put on it, there's no difference. You don't put it, there's no difference. There's no difference. You feel liberated. Otherwise, many of us are suffering so much because if I do know I shouldn't be doing this because of this society, social. If I do this society, I don't do this society, oh, my family pressures, the society pressure, this is all social constructs. You're getting it? Social constructs, and we are bound. We are all like small children. We are bound by the social constructs, and we suffer unnecessarily. Why should we suffer? See them as social constructs. The boys, put on the rings, put on the earrings. What's the problem? Put on, what's wrong? Just go beyond the social constructs. There is a freedom. You're getting it? There's a freedom. Real freedom. And then there's a real freedom. There's the ultimate real freedom. Another layer of the freedom is there. When you see that everything's like a dream. Okay, good. So this is what the Noble is saying, right? What Noble is saying is quite at the profound level to understand this, and this we have to understand it. We have to understand it, and this will greatly liberate us. So sometimes the great teachers, so they just go beyond the social constructs. For example, what happened was that, okay, they say, okay, I asked Geshe Samala that I don't need this throne. I told him, I don't need this throne, remove it and put a small one. And he said that, Geshe-la, people will receive more. They think that you have more if you sit on a higher thing, right? You use a lower thing, nobody will pay respect to you. It's social, purely social construct. And literally people are fighting with these things. Literally people are fighting over these things. Oh, this is this small throne, this teacher's small throne is a not good teacher. Oh, high throne, high lama. You're getting it? So I said, I don't need this. I don't need this, remove this, give it a small one. He said, no, Geshe-la, you came here to benefit people. People not benefit. For people to benefit, they say, I like to take from you. For this you should sit high, right? Then they say you are high, you are big, and they learn, they become receptive. I'm not telling you, you are getting it. This is mindset of the ordinary people. So therefore, once upon a time, what happened was that this is where I'm talking about this, these social things, and then just see how to break this. Break doesn't mean that be rebellious. You're getting it? In your mind, break it, go beyond. You'll be liberated. It's amazing. So, okay, I see all the spectacles. They're round or square. Why not the triangle? Triangle is very good. Triangle, the base should be broader so that you can see down. Right? Broader. And up so that it's very easy. Nothing will tag you like this, right? It's very easy, very fine. And base should be broader. Why not? Why not? They're all square. Oh, why square? If you go with this triangle, then people look at you. You getting it? Something so weird. It's not weird. People who think you're weird, this is weird. Because they don't know this pure convention. You're getting it? Okay. So during my time, if somebody comes, during my time when I was a little boy, okay, there are many of us from my age. If you come with your pant going down, people say, oh, this poor man, he doesn't have a belt. Right? If you come with the jeans, torn jeans, oh, poor boy, he doesn't have a proper proper trouser. You're gonna, poor boy. Now, if you don't have it, there's something wrong with you. If your jeans proper, there's something wrong, right? You should have the gene. If you don't have it from the factory, do something like this, and make sure that it's torn. You go there, then everybody say that you are normal. Right? If you don't have, you're abnormal. Hey, this kid, do it, right? Torn, and the pen to go down a little bit. Right? In those days, people see that you don't have the Can somebody buy a belt for this person? This person doesn't have a belt. Okay, lucky I did not see this. Now this fashion is gone, right? Fashion is gone? Sure, no, the fashion is gone, not gone. Pen going down. Melbourne's coming back. Okay. Okay, these are all sorts of constructs. So let me share with you one incident. Look, how the great teachers, really great teachers, they go beyond the social constructs and they stay in the social constructs. They go beyond. Yes, some do go beyond and does not stay. For example, there was one great teacher. The teacher was so famous, and his brother is considered as eccentric. What is eccentric? Hey, what is eccentric? Somebody who does something very weird according to conventional world, so crazy. So his younger brother was seen as eccentric, and the elder brother was seen as very respectable, highly respectable teacher. So one time that the elder brother got sick, and all the students they worry, they do the prayers, they request this teacher, that teacher, they admonish it, please do the prayers for the good health of the teacher, and nothing works. So the teacher said that, okay, listen, this is very important. So the teacher said that, so everybody treated his younger brother as very eccentric, but some see him as a really highly realized being. So the teacher said that, okay, now you do one thing. You ask my brother to do some puja. And everybody was shocked. He was totally out of the convention and the eccentric, little crazy. Not crazy, they see him as crazy. But the teacher said, so he may have some ways to help me, to do some puja for me. Ask him. So they had to request him. And then he was doing all the puja, the regular puja, which most of you know. They were doing the puja, making the ritual cake, supposed to be thrown against the evil force. Ritual cake made for what? To throw against the evil force, to destroy evil force. And then he was doing the puja. Younger brother was doing the puja. And then at the time of throwing the ritual cake, he picked the big ritual cake, and it should be taken out. Instead, he was turning towards his elder brother. And the elder brother students, what are you doing? He said, no, shut up. Then he's carried to the elder brother and thrown to the elder brother. Everybody was saying, what are you doing? You crazy, what are you doing? He said that all your problems are because of self-grasping, ignorance, self-centered attitude. It is not outside, it is within you. He is sick because of this, because of his own self-grasping self. We have to destroy that. So I'm throwing this ritual cake against his self-grasping, self-centered attitude. You're getting it? So therefore, this is where people who are really, good at Dharma, they can transcend the conventions. Okay. Having said this, now let me give so what example did I give for the subjective as opposed to externality? What example did I give? Mirror and the reflection in mirror. Okay. Listen, externality versus absence of externality, the mind. If everything is the nature of the mind, which means there's no externality, would you agree with me? There's no externality. If there is externality versus no externality, no externality meaning is purely mind. Yes? Okay, let me say this once more. Externality versus no externality. No externality meaning if it's purely mind. Mind is subject or object? Subject. So no externality has a connotation of subjectivity. You're getting it? Okay, this is one thing. So from this example of mirror and the reflection mirror, we understand the subjectivity as opposed to externality. So what demarcates between external and non-external? External, non-external, where there's the subject object space gap is there. This is, with the space gap between subject and object, this is external. No space gap is no externality. You're getting it? Okay, don't forget it. So here we understand the externality as opposed to subjectivity. Now the next is the subjectivity as opposed to true existence, or as objective existence. Let me put it according to Prasangika. Subjective as opposed to objective existence. So this is the final understanding, the subtlest understanding of subjectivity. What is the subtlest understanding of subjectivity? Subjectivity as opposed to objectivity. Okay. So what's the difference between this versus this subjectivity as opposed to externality? This is what I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain this based on the example. So the example, Raman gave the example, which is, imagine that you're watching a movie in a movie theater. Big movie theater. How many of you have watched a movie in a movie theater? Raise hands. How many have not seen how many of you have not watched a movie in a movie theater? Raise hands. Okay. So Rimila, your theater, is it the project outside or there? Outside. So you take these two girls to your theater, right? Yeah, she has a beautiful theater, small theater. So what are the two girls you name? Delchen and Dulchok. Who's Dulchok? Good. So Delchen and Dulchok, the Rimiji will invite them to her small theater. Okay. So just imagine, okay, two girls, just see what is the theater like. Say you are watching a movie in a movie theater, and this is the screen. This is a screen on which you are watching the movie. Tell me, where is the movie coming from? Where is the movie? Where is the movie? On the screen? You are watching the movie on the screen? So movie is on the screen. Where is the movie coming from? Hey Padma, where is the movie coming from?
Projector.
Where's the projector? Don't say it like this. I said you are watching a movie here in this hall. The screen is here. You are the spectator. And where is the projector?
Against the screen.
This girl also needs to come to your theater.
Behind the spectator.
Just say behind. Very simple. Make it very simple. She's a perfectionist. Perfection is a problem. If you want to know what's a perfectionist problem, you come to senior perfectionist. I'm the senior perfectionist. You're getting it? I have a disease. This is a disease. It's a disease. Perfection is a disease. Yeah. In Tibet House, every day I used to have a lot of headache. You know why? Because of perfectionism. It's a disease. You have a headache every day. And this girl over there, Kunjol Lady's hand, she also has a perfectionist disease. She sees all the buildings, there's a problem here. She has many problems here. She has seen that already. Right? Perfection is a disease. Okay. One day, there was one Italian nun. And the Italian nun, she is extremely meticulous. And the abbot of the monastery, abbot of the monastery, once, and she was, this disease means illness, there's a problem. So she goes to meet the abbot and always complain about this problem, that problem, so forth. And the abbot knows that she's a perfectionist. So the abbot told her that, the abbot told her that things, it's not necessary that everything should be so perfect. So what did she say? She said that, sir, but to become Buddha, everything should be so perfect. If you don't become very perfect, you cannot climb the steps. Gade will not happen. The Abbot says, you are right. Okay, this is a little digression. Okay, so you're watching a movie here. Where's the movie? On the screen. Where's the movie coming from? The projector. Where's the projector? Behind you, right? So two little girls say you are here. The projector is behind you. You getting it? Okay, now look. Movie is on the screen, but it's not from the screen. It is from the projector. You getting it? What did I say? Hey, what did I say? Movie is on the screen. It is not from the screen. It is from the projector. The screen in the projector, is there a space gap? Hey, screen and the projector, is there a space gap? What kind of projector are you using?
There is a screen gap, but there is a gap, space gap between screen and projector.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good, you're right. Okay, so there's a gap. Space gap means external or no external? Yes. So Madhyamaka philosophy, but the movie is coming from the projector. Projector is the metaphor for object of the subject. Subject, your mind. The projector is the metaphor example for your mind. And the things are coming from your mind. The movie is coming from the projector, but the projector in the screen, there's a gap there. So that gap is the externality. So the Madhyamikas would say there's externality, but everything comes from your mind. Simply because everything comes from your mind doesn't mean that there should be no externality. You're getting it? How many got it? Good. Okay. So now the next is this example. In real sense, how do we understand it? That everything comes from your mind, pure pleasure of mind, while not rejecting externality. If you explain that things are coming from your mind, but if you reject externality, then you go closer towards the Cittamatra philosophy. Whereas you accept externality, still reject the objectivity, purely coming from your subject, you go closer towards the Madhyamaka philosophy. You getting it? Okay, now let us turn to the text, which is on page 149. Page 149. Page 149. Good. Commentary on the awakening mind. Commentary on the awakening mind. Bodhicittavivarana, Chanju Simdel by Nagarjuna. Page. Okay. Aruna, what page?
In English, 149.
149 in English. Russian? Good. Okay. Okay, is there anybody who's using Tibetan? Is there anybody who's using okay, I guess I'm using Tibetan. Okay, so there's commentary on the awakening mind. In the first place, awakening mind means bodhicitta. Bodhicitta in Tibetan, Changjupsem. Tibetan Changjupsem bodhicitta. And bodhicitta in a loose sense, they say bodhicitta can be divided into two in a loose sense. In a strict sense, we cannot divide it into two. There are many ways of dividing, but in a loose sense, we talk about the conventional bodhicitta and the ultimate bodhicitta. In a loose sense, bodhicitta is divided into two: conventional bodhicitta and the ultimate bodhicitta. Now, so why this division? So we talk about the two wings of the bird to cross the ocean of samsara, to awaken your Buddha nature. We require the two wings. So what are the two wings? The wing of wisdom and the wing of compassion, bodhicitta. So you see that the two wings are referred to as the two bodhicittas. Conventional bodhicitta and the ultimate bodhicitta. Conventional bodhicitta is the highest level of the compassion. So in a loose sense, we talk about the wing of the compassion and wing of the wisdom in a very loose sense. Loose sense meaning in a more easy understanding. Now, more technically speaking, say the wing of the compassion. Highest level of compassion is the conventional bodhicitta. And what is conventional bodhicitta? That could be your next question. Conventional bodhicitta and the wing of the wisdom, which Dasana said, wing of the wisdom. So that wing of the wisdom, the highest level of wisdom that you can think of is the ultimate bodhicitta. So now what is the ultimate bodhicitta? Okay, first tell me what are the two wings? conventional bodhicitta and the ultimate bodhicitta. Conventional bodhicitta, what is that? In a loose sense, how we understand highest level of the compassion, and the ultimate bodhicitta is the highest level of the wisdom. So this is what we need to know. Okay, now what is conventional bodhicitta? So the bodhicitta that we have been talking about regularly, the altruistic intention to become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. Let me repeat it. The altruistic intention to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. In other words, may I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. So this is the conventional bodhicitta. What is the ultimate bodhicitta? Oh, this little technical. Ultimate bodhicitta, this little technical, which the Dasana said is wisdom. So this little technical, I'm going to share this. It's a very specialized wisdom. It is the wisdom of emptiness, or the wisdom, let me put it like this, a wisdom which directly realizes okay, let's put it like that. Wisdom of the Mahayana Arya beings. Wisdom of the Mahayana Arya beings which directly realizes emptiness. Let me repeat it. Wisdom of the Mahayana Arya beings. Okay, each of these words, none of the words are to be compromised. Wisdom, number one, of the Mahayana Arya beings which directly realizes emptiness. Each word has a reason there. You getting it? Okay. What is the ultimate bodhicitta? Wisdom of the Mahayana Arya beings which directly realizes emptiness. You getting it? This is the ultimate bodhicitta. This is the highest level of the wisdom which Dasana is talking about. The wing of the wisdom and the wing of the compassion too. So, in a strict sense, technically speaking, what are the two wings? The wing of the conventional bodhicitta and the wing of the ultimate bodhicitta. So here the commentary on the awakening mind. Awakened mind means bodhicitta. Awakening is the bodhi, mind is the chitta. Awakened mind, bodhicitta. So bodhicitta, there are two things. Now this is what we're learning thus here now is a very technical side. Comment to bodhicitta, okay, it's comment to the awakening mind. It's not just awakening mind in general. Awakening mind to two. Conventional bodhicitta and the ultimate bodhicitta, these two things, two wings of the bird to cross the ocean of samsara or to awaken your hidden treasure within. Okay, so with this in mind, now let's say that first let's talk about the Arya Nagarjuna very quickly, briefly explained the conventional bodhicitta and then later on spend more time on ultimate bodhicitta. So first, let's say conventional bodhicitta. Conventional bodhicitta, again we see that even the conventional bodhicitta, we see that it is of two kinds. Conventional bodhicitta is of two kinds. Anybody who likes to explain to us what is conventional bodhicitta? Anyone? Before we go into two more divisions, we need to have the main framework intact. Anyone? What is conventional bodhicitta? What is conventional bodhicitta? Anyone?
Request to use the mic for the recording.
Yes, okay. Okay, here, Tenzi Yangjinla here. Yangzumla. Mic. Okay, mic on.
Я могу ошибаться, но мне кажется, что это бодхичитта действие и вдохновенная бодхичитта.
I can be mistaken, but it seems that it seems to be a bodhicitta of intention and bodhicitta of action.
This is not my question. My question is, what do you understand by conventional bodhicitta? I'm not talking about the division. Yes. You know that I know you know. They tell me, what do you understand by conventional bodhicitta? Tenzi Yangzumla. Okay, Lotus Lay.
Conventional bodhicitta is the altruistic intention to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings.
Very precise. This is why he's a gold medalist. Very precise. Thank you. Conventional bodhicitta is the altruistic intention to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Very good. So now, this bodhicitta, now going into technicalities, this bodhicitta is divided into two. It has two. It is of two kinds. One is known as aspirational bodhicitta. In Tibetan, Mensem, Membe Chanjusem, Membe Chanjusem. Aspirational bodhicitta, and the other one is engaged bodhicitta, which is Jugbe Chanjusem. Juksem, and the first one is Mensem. Second one is Juksem. So two bodhicitta. One is just aspiration bodhicitta, and the other one is engaged bodhicitta. Okay. So what is the difference? Let me quickly explain this. First, you have to have the aspiration bodhicitta generated, followed by engaged bodhicitta. What's the difference? Same, Bodhisattva Shantideva, in his book, A Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, he very clearly indicated that, the difference, saying that, okay, I will help you, and I am helping you. What's the difference? I will help you is in the form of motivation. I am helping you is in the action. You get it? So oftentimes people translate this as bodhicitta, aspiration bodhicitta, and the bodhicitta in action. So, but aspirations should come first. You must generate with the aspiration bodhicitta first, and then go into the engaged bodhicitta. And more divisions are not really divisions, more subtle nuances are there. I don't want to do it now, otherwise it will confuse us more. For time, we let it be like this: aspiration bodhicitta, and the engaged bodhicitta. This is what we need to do. And let's say every morning, what we are doing is we're taking the aspiration bodhicitta, and later on, aspiration bodhicitta anybody can take. Anybody can take a ceremony of the aspiration bodhicitta that anybody can take, Buddhist, non-Buddhist, anybody can take. But for the engaged bodhicitta or the bodhicitta in action, you need to, for that you require so generally speaking, you require the actual commitment, actual vow. So for that, to take this vow of the bodhicitta, engaged bodhicitta, you should have the experience of bodhicitta. At least, if not full-fledged, there should be experience of bodhicitta, because when you undertake this ceremony, the teacher will ask you, are you a bodhisattva? Have you read the Bodhisattva's vast treatises? These two questions will be asked to you. So, usually when His Holiness the Dalai Lama give the Bodhisattva vow ceremony, His Holiness would say that if you have some experience, although it may not be full-fledged experience, but your compassion really expanding, you could feel that. And deep inside, you don't feel any anger towards anybody, deep inside. But once in a while, randomly, it may happen, depending on the external factors may trigger this anger, irritation, and so forth. But to the surface, deep inside, there should not be a grudge. There should not be resentment and so forth. As long as you see the compassion is growing out of the practice of two methods, which Prince Love asked this morning, if this can be taught. So, by practicing this, if you see that your heart is actually expanding, your compassion is growing, then you are entitled to take this full-fledged Bodhisattva vow. Okay, so now this is one part. So that is more the motivation part. Because for us to become enlightened, you require very strong motivation and the actual tool. Actual tool is the wisdom of emptiness. And most refined wisdom of emptiness is, most refined wisdom of emptiness is, Lasana? Anyone? Very good. Adira, anyone else who likes to make me really 100% happy? Because I'm a perfectionist, I have a disease. Right. Aruna, Mike.
The highest level of wisdom of emptiness is wisdom of emptiness of the Mahayana Arya beings, which directly realize emptiness.
Perfect. Very good. Very good. Okay. The wisdom of the Mahayana Arya beings, which realizes emptiness directly. And if somebody asks, what is that emptiness? Then what Adira said, that emptiness, the emptiness of objective / inherent / intrinsic / self-characterized nature. Yes. Okay. So the first answer should be the wisdom of the Arya, wisdom of the Mahayana Arya beings, which realizes the emptiness directly. This is the highest level of the wisdom that is known as the ultimate bodhicitta. Yes, Trinela, thank you. Ultimate bodhicitta. So these are the two bodhicittas which Arya Nagarjuna is teaching us. Okay. So text reads, homage to the glorious Vajrasattva. It has been stated, devoid of all substantive entities, utterly discarding all objects and subjects, such aggregates, elements, and sense sources. Due to sameness of selflessness of phenomena, one's mind is primordially unborn, is the nature of emptiness. So this verse, this passage, Arya Nagarjuna picked up from this passage is what Arya Nagarjuna picked up from Shri Guya Samaja Root Tantra, Shri Guya Samaja Root Tantra, chapter 2, which was actually taught by the Buddha himself. Let me say this once more. Shri Guya Samaja, how do you spell it? GUHYASAMAJA, Shri Guya Samaja Tantra, root text, chapter 2. This is taken out from that. So, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, when giving teachings on this, His Holiness says that this is ideally speaking, we can classify this in the text of the Tantra. But this is the main thing which I've picked up from the Tantric text, but the later explanations are all about the two bodhicittas. Okay, so with this now, let me quickly explain this. Homage to the glorious Vajrasattva. Vajrasattva, if you could see some images around. Okay, so there is the one Buddha in the form of Shri Vajrasattva is the Buddha of purification. For example, like say Aritara is the Buddha of swift action, Buddha of long life, Buddha of swift action, and Buddha of deeds, and so forth. And the Arya Manjushri, the Buddha of wisdom, Arya Avalokiteshvara, the Buddha's compassion, Arya Maitreya, Buddha of loving kindness, Arya Vajrapani, Buddha of power. So the Buddhas, they are ascribed with different functions, perfection in different functions. So glorious in Sanskrit is Shri Vajrasattva. Vajra is that what you see, the Vajra which the word Shri Vajrapani is holding, and the Sattva is the courageous one who holds the Vajra. Okay, so usually he's depicted with his right hand holding the Vajra and left hand holding the bell, and holding with his left hand at his waist with the bell. So this is the depiction of Shri Vajrasattva. And Shri Vajrasattva is actually Buddha himself. Buddha Shakyamuni himself, manifested in different forms depending on the mindset of the individual. So, particularly for the purpose of the purification of the negativities, the Buddha manifested in the form of this particular form, what is known as the Shri Vajrasattva. Okay. It has been stated meaning that Arya Nagarjuna is quoting Quoted from Shri Guya Samaja Root Tantra, chapter 2. You getting it? Okay. So what it says here is that devoid of all substantive entities. So we think, okay, pick up something and show that to me. Pick up something. Okay. Okay, and then look at it yourself. Look at it, and how does it appear? Does it have a substance or no substance? No substance. So some people, they already realize emptiness. This is no substance. Okay, so there's substance there, and how is that? Purely from the object, or your mind is creating it? Purely objective substance. So this is what creates this belief. Is the ignorance. So it's the devoid of all substantive entities. There's no objective substance there, but we see them as having objective substance, and that binds us into samsara. Utterly discarding all objects and subjects. Okay, now again, they say, look at somebody. Okay. It looks more formal today, right? People are not really smiling. People raising the eyebrows, right? Okay, eyebrows. Okay, good. So, say you're looking at somebody. That is your subject or your object? Object. That is your object. And what is the subject? Your mind seeing that person is the subject. So, this is a subject-object duality or not? Yes. There's subject duality. You are my object. I am your subject. You're getting it? There's subject duality. You're getting it? So, but when you wake up, say in the dream, you meet somebody. For example, let's say that I lost my mom at age 5. And I dreamt, but it's strange. I never dreamt of my mother. Although I love my mother so much, but she never came to my dream. So let's say that I dream of my mother. So okay, my mom, I'm so happy, and I'm the subject, and you are my object. Subject-object duality. The moment you wake up, that duality, what happens? That duality dissolves. You're getting it? So this is when this duality, dream duality dissolves when? When you wake up, hey, all of us, the dream duality, this is a beautiful flower, and I'm seeing this. Or this is my mom, and I'm seeing you, you are my object, I'm the subject. This duality in the dream dissolves when? When you wake up. So when you wake up, when you become the fully awakened one, then the subject-object duality dissolves. You getting it? Okay, but the nuances we have to go through, not now. For the time being, let's say dream subject-object dissolves when you wake up, utterly discarding all objects and subjects, meaning that duality dissolves, such as aggregates. And what do you see? Yesterday we discussed at length the 5 aggregates. You remember? Okay, this person's body looks very healthy. This person's mind looks so healthy. This person's mind looks so compassionate, so intelligent. So aggregates, the 5 aggregates. And so again, we see them as, okay. My question to you, what are you saying? Okay, just imagine that you're looking through your electron microscope. And where's the flower? Where's the flower? In your eyes or in my hand? In my hand, raise hands. Those who said in my hands. Where is this flower? Louder.
In your hand.
Where is it? Hey, where's the flower?
In your hands.
Louder.
In your hands. In my mind.
Huh?
In my mind.
This flower is in your mind. You're looking here or you're looking in the mind? You're looking here. You're not looking in the mind. Which means the flower should be here. Huh?
This is all my mind.
Oh, everything is mind. This is amazing. Okay, so you don't go to lunch down. Right? So you say lunch is my mind, right? So they don't take her down to the lunch. What's your name? Lena, don't go to lunch. Stay here. Everything will come to your mind. Right? Okay. Where's the flower? In your hand. Okay, louder. Where's your flower? Okay. Are you sure it's in my hand? Okay. Don't lower the volume. You're getting it? Don't reduce the volume. Okay. Now tell me. Say, do you agree with me that this flower is nothing but made of cells? You agree?
Yes.
Cells are nothing but made of nucleus, cytoplasm, and the cell membrane. Yes? And the nucleus is nothing but made of chromosomes. Yes? Chromosomes are made of DNA molecules. Yes? DNA molecules are made of electrons, protons, neutrons. Yes? Okay, in actuality, it's nothing but pool of electrons, protons, neutrons. Yes? Okay, if you still don't understand that, you have to look at it through electron microscope. Then you will see pool of atoms. And if you still wonder what it's like, Google search the powers of 10. Note it down. The powers of 10. Google search it. And you will see all different kinds of the documentary films on this. The powers of 10. YouTube, yes. YouTube, you will see that is by the NASA company. You're getting it? So, it's the powers of 10. And then you will see what that's like. It's just pool of atoms. Seeing is believing. You're getting this. You must watch it. You must watch it. And there's something uneasiness comes to you. If there's something uneasy, some sort of uneasiness comes to you, which means that you are getting somewhere. This is very, very precious. You're getting it? If you feel something uneasiness comes to you, you are very fortunate. You're getting somewhere. You are, say, you entered into the gate to stop the tears of samsara. You're getting it? It's very important. Okay, now my question is that just imagine that you're looking at this through electron microscope. What are you seeing? You are seeing a pool of atoms or electrons, protons, neutrons. Let's say, to make it very uniform and easy, pool of atoms. Okay, what are you seeing? Pool of atoms. And earlier you said, we say flower. Okay, which is correct? The flower or the pool of atoms? Both. When you see the pool of atoms, do you see the flower? No. You don't see the flower. When you see the flower, you see the pool of atoms? No. You're getting it? Now you come too close to see what it is. You see the pool of atoms. Early you see a beautiful flower. Where was this flower? Where is this flower which you earlier saw? Where is it? Okay, Husky is saying here and Aruna saying here. This is not my question. You, at the moment, you are seeing through electron microscope, you see a pool of atoms. Atoms are not beautiful. The flower earlier that you were seeing is very beautiful. You're getting it? So where is this flower which you earlier saw? This is my question. Anyone? Anyone? Huh? Jigmela? No, where is the flower? You are seeing too close. There's no flower. You are only seeing the atoms. You remove the atoms, there's no flower. You're getting it? Okay, so many say is in your mind. A mind is in my hand or in you? Hey, the mind is in my hand. I'm holding your mind in my hand, or your mind is with you. So where's the flower? In your mind or here? Hey, okay, now where's the flower in my hand? What happens to the volume? Volume reduce. You're getting it? Okay, so if you feel something inside, if you feel something, that's true. Where's the flower? I saw the flower. Now where's the flower? If you feel something, little bit of disturbance, uneasiness there. If you cannot, in other words, if you cannot give the answer very confidently, and if you're able to give, I won't say able, if you give the answer very confident means you're not even entered into the first gate. If you feel a little disturbed and you lose your confidence to say where the flower is. Okay, so Karmala, yes, your name? Kungala. Yes, Ananda. Yes, Kungala showed me 5 minutes. Gone or not gone, left. Okay, so what I'm saying is that if uneasiness comes to you, okay, now the confidence to say the flower is in your hand, it vanishes, which means that you have entered into the gate to stop the tears of samsara. Where is it? No, it's there, right? Nothing happens, right? Which means that you have to study more, come to retreats more. You're getting it? Okay, so this is very important. With this in mind, okay, now let's see. The aggregates, the elements, aggregates, how many aggregates? 5 aggregates. As, okay, this person, or this flower disappears. This person disappears. So very sad, and you feel a little fear. A fear can also come. A tinge of fear can come. A tinge of a fear is extremely auspicious indication that you're getting into, because this fear is an indication of what you're studying, what you're learning, contradicting our chronic disease of the belief in objective reality. It has a clash. When the clash is there, if we keep clapping like this, what happens? There's a friction happening. You getting it? Like this, what happens? Friction happens, and the friction is reflected in the form of heat coming up. Likewise, the fear is the indication of the friction happening between what you're learning new versus the chronic disease of the ignorance. There's a clash there. You getting it? That is seen in the form of a tinge of a fear. So, if there's a tinge of fear coming in you, don't be scared. This is so precious. This is the first entrance into stopping your tears of samsara. Whereas, if the fear is so acute, which can happen to one person out of 20,000 people. If that happens, stop this meditation. You have to meet somebody who is learned, who is experienced, and who can compassionately guide you. You're getting it? Otherwise, majority of us, at the most, we'll have a tinge of fear. A little bit of fear that is so precious. Okay, so what we see as a human being, aggregates, elements. How many elements? 18 elements. And how many? This is the sense sources. It's actually not sense sources. It should be sources, not sense sources. It should be sources. We have to modify the translation. Okay, why? I'll explain this, because some of you may be keen on this to know why. Delete this sense sources. The Tibetan word is Geshe. Elements has come, and the aggregate is Pungbo. Okay, let me explain these 3 things very quickly, and then we'll stop here. On the 5 aggregates I already explained. So before we do the 16 elements, I'll do the sources. So it's say, do you agree with me? Do you agree with me that you and I, we are trapped in this body? Yes? We are trapped in this body. How many agree with me? Raise your hands. We are trapped in this body. Okay. We are trapped in the body. Say, but although we are trapped in the body, for example, if you're trapped in this hall, and you're so keen to see you are so keen to interact with the outside world, right? What will you do? You want to interact, or you want to explore the outside world, outside. What will you do? You will peep through the windows. You're getting it? You will peep through the windows. So, although you're in this house, trapped in this house, still you can interact, or you can actually explore what is outside through the windows. Likewise, we have 6 windows. 6 windows with which to interact with the outside world. Eye sense is the window to the visual objects outside. Ear sense to the auditory. And the what is that?
Olfactory.
And the nose olfactory, and the tongue gustatory, and the body the tactility. You getting it? So, and the mental to get access to the past, future, and the sophisticated concepts, mental consciousness. So we use these five senses to be exposed to the to explore the external, to interact with the external world. We use these five. How many sources are there? There are 12 sources there. We use the 6 senses. Now I don't use the word sense source. I just use this word source because that source means it's a cause. Source means a cause. Cause for what? Cause for your consciousness. For consciousness to arise. For example, let's say that that I'm brought up in a place where there were so many prayer flags all the time, and for the last 40 years I never saw any prayer flags. And suddenly I come here, I see the prayer flags. What happens? It gives me a very pleasant feeling. So I interacted with the object. Although I'm entrapped in this body, but I could explore the outside world, the prayer flags. What made me, how did I succeed in contacting with the external world, the prayer flags? Visual sense. This is a medium. Not only visuals, and then I have the feeling, wow, beautiful prayer flags. So I'm very happy. So that consciousness that I have is that determines I'm happy, not happy. So that is because of the 2 factors. One is the medium. If I don't have the eyes, I cannot see that. And if there's no prayer flags, I cannot see that. So I need 2 things. What are they? Eye sense power and the prayer flags. The object and the medium. Object and the medium. Object and the medium is known as sensors. Now, how many objects are there? 6 objects are there. How many senses are there? How many sensors is there? 6 sensors is there. 6 plus 6 is 12. So all these 12 are not sense sources. Only 6 are the sense sources, and the 6 are the objects. You're getting it? So therefore, total together is 12 sources, not 12 sense sources. You're getting it? How many understood this? Resents. So therefore, we can modify the translation and just say, and the sources, 12 sources. Elements, there are 18 elements. Now it's very easy. How many objects are there in the universe? How many objects are there? All objects in the universe can be classified into 6. What is visual? What is auditory? What is olfactory? What is gustatory? What is tactility? And what is the phenomena other than these 5? Meaning the past, the future, emptiness, nirvana. These are not our senses. Senses cannot see this. So those objects which our senses cannot see, cannot perceive, these fall under the category of the phenomena other than the 5. You getting it? So these form the 6 objects. Now 6 objects require 6 mediums. These 6 mediums are known as 6 sense powers or 6 sense sources. Now with these 12 as the sources will give rise to these 6 results. 6 consciousnesses as the results. So 6 is what? 18. These are known as the 18 elements. So if you read the Buddha Sutras, be it Pali Sutra, be it Buddha Sutra in Pali or in Sanskrit, wherever you read, you see that these 3 things come, oftentimes these 3 things come together. 5 aggregates, 12 sources, and the 16 elements, 18 elements. Or just say aggregates, sources, and elements. You're getting it? So these come together. If you know what these are, it makes your learning the Dharma so easy, and you will see that you're growing. You're growing so well. Okay, these are the things that we need to keep in mind. But what I'm saying here is that, okay, this is what? Of the 12 aggregates, 12 elements, what is 18 elements? What is this? Visual object. Visual object, you are getting visual object. So what is this visual object? The flower. But Although we see the flower as objectively there, but when we go closer, you see it's just pool of atoms. What we see as a flower disappears. What we see aggregates will disappear. What we see as elements disappear. What we see as the sources disappear. You getting it? Objectively, nothing is there, but subjectively they appear. Subjectively, it appears a flower. Subjectively, it appears as a reflex. Subjectively, aggregates are there, sources are there, elements are there. But objectively, it says, such as aggregates, utterly discarding all objects and subjects such as aggregates, elements, and sources. Due to sameness of status of all phenomena, they are same in having the nature of selflessness. What is selflessness? Empty of objective reality. Empty of objective reality, including your mind. Now, Cittamatra said that, yeah, the external things are empty, but the mind exists truly. You getting it? Last time we remember, other part of nature exists truly. Impure, other part of nature and what? What is that? You remember? Hey, they don't know. So Buddha interpreted the first two teachings and said what? Okay, yes, Mike. The question is that the Buddha said that some things exist truly, some things don't exist truly. I don't remember too well.
The other nature and the thoroughly established nature exist truly, whereas the imputed nature does not exist truly.
Namsar, is correct? Not correct? Huh? Okay, if she's correct, it's correct. Okay, so the elder sister says it's correct. I'm happy. Okay, so okay, what did the Buddha say? Third Buddha Dhamma? What happened? It's lunchtime. I'm sorry. Okay, so energy drained. No energy. Yes.
Buddha told that during the first turn of the wheel of Dharma, he meant the thoroughly established nature and other powered nature. And during the second turn of wheel of Dharma, he meant imputed nature.
Okay. During the first turn, when the Buddha taught that the first turn of Dharma, that all four noble truths exist truly, the Buddha meant thoroughly established nature and other powered nature to be truly existent. During the second turn of Dharma, when the Buddha taught nothing exists truly, the Buddha meant imputed nature as not existing truly. Very good. Okay. So, which means that for Cittamatra, other part of nature exists. Hey, other part of nature, what happened? Okay, energy gone. Other part of nature exists truly. And the other part of nature includes mind. Mind exists truly. So here says, one's mind is primordially unborn. Unborn meaning not truly born, no true existence. You getting it? So here, the Nagarjuna is rejecting the Cittamatra's philosophy. Even the mind doesn't exist truly. If you believe the mind existing truly, you cannot stop the tears of samsara. You still hold on to something that will again bring tears. Okay. It is, even this mind is a nature of the emptiness. Emptiness what? Emptiness of objective reality. Okay, we'll stop here. Deyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasam Gati Bodhi Swaha Tyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasam Gati Bodhi Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasam Gati Bodhi Swaha. Three prostrations together.